Hey there, I want to talk to you about something. I have a lot of parents that reach out to me, and you'll be surprised how many of them reach out because they do not want their sons or daughters to join the military and they don't know how to deal with it. And then I also have a lot of high school students that reach out to me that are usually seniors, and they're like, I just don't know how to talk to my parents about this, or my parents are completely against this and refuse to sign the papers for me because I'm under 18. So now I have to wait till I'm 18 until I can join. And they don't understand how to have this conversation with their parents. I had a student reach out to me the other day, and he's got both his parents are completely against it and absolutely refuse to sign his papers to join the military. He graduates in May, and he will not be 18 until November. So he's just kind of like really floating in the middle of nowhere, and he doesn't know how to deal with it or talk to his parents about it because they flat out refuse to talk to him about it. So I was on my run the other day, and I was like, how am I going to help this kid? I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what advice to give him. And then it dawned on me. Remember I told you I can solve world problems on my run. So anyways, I use this method called the 5 Why method. It was invented by, I forget how you say his first name, Satika Toyota. He is the inventor of the Toyota industry in the 1930s, and he used it to solve problems that he didn't understand mechanically. And it is used in business and engineering and all over the world too. And I use it in my sales position when I'm talking to clients. And it helps you take a subject and get down to or an issue and get down to the root problem of it. And while I was running, I'm like, I need to talk to this kid about the 5 whys because it works when I'm talking to my clients. It works when I use it in my own life. So maybe it will help him. And then as I'm running, I'm like, I really need to share this with everybody else because it could be helpful to you guys, not just with military stuff, but that's what I'm hoping it will help you with, but also anything else in your life. So let's talk about it. I'm going to read you some examples that I have for you also. We are going to say that, we have I'm a mom, my son's name is John, and he has come to me and he has said to me, Mom, I'm going to join the military. And I'm like, no, you're not. I don't want you to. I'm against it. And you're not joining the military, John. And now he's frustrated because he can't sign for himself because he's underage, or there's tension in the house now. Maybe he's already signed his papers and there's tension in the house because mom and dad just aren't on board, or maybe one parent's on board and one's not. So I want to talk to you about how you can figure out why you are against it. Because a lot of times when I ask parents, why are you against it? They have the same answer. I just don't want him to be in it. And that's not an answer. That's not an answer. You need to get down to the root reason why you don't want your son and daughter to be in the military. So let's talk about it. Here's the example I have for you. John came to me. He said to me, I want to be in the military. And I said no. These answers can be very deeply personal for you. You do not have to share them when you have a conversation with John later on, but you can use them with that conversation or however you want. Again, like I told you, this is a very personal approach to figuring out the root reason why you are against it. I would love for you to sit down with a piece of paper in a quiet area and really think about your answers to these questions, because they can be emotionally embarrassing. They can make you a little bit more emotional. They can be a light bulb going off in your head. There's so many different emotions and feelings that you're going to get from this, but I want you to take it and make it your own. And if you're struggling to be on board with your sons and daughters, I promise you that sitting down and doing this is going to really help. So this is the example that I wrote out for you. I'm going to read it off and then we're going to discuss it, okay? It says, this is a very simple task. You will ask yourself 5 times why this bothers you so much until you get to the actual reason why your son or daughter joining the military bothers you. Why does my son or daughter's decision to join the military bother me so much? Think about it, write it down, and then ask again. Why does it bother you? And then ask it again for a total of 5 times. Here is the example. I'm upset that John wants to join the Marines. Number 1, why does it bother me so much that my son wants to join the Marines? Because he doesn't care about the consequences of the military. Okay? So the next question I'm going to ask is, why does that bother you? The answer? Because this world is crazy and he ignores the fact that he could get hurt or worse. All right? So we got a little bit more clarity. Why does that bother you? Because he's my son, and I feel like he is being selfish. I could lose him, and he is so young. Why does that bother you? I'm terrified. I could lose him before he experiences life. Why does that bother you? He's my son, and I love him so much. I'm scared of life without him. Do you see where I'm going with that? As you break it down, you're going to get deeper and deeper into the reason why you don't want your son or daughter to join the military, right? These answers can be very personal. Give yourself permission to uncover those feelings, even if you discover something ugly about yourself or your feelings, or whatever you discover doing that 5 why method, okay? It's up to you to decide to share those feelings with your own child, like I told you. But I promise you, as you uncover those feelings, you're going to realize that this isn't about your son or daughter going into the military. In that conversation I was having with myself about John going to the military and I don't want to lose him, really comes down to the root cause of, I am losing control as his parent. I have had all this control all these years. I can tell him what to do. I can help him. I can heal him. I can feed him. I can provide for him. I can comfort him when he's sick. I can comfort him when he has a broken heart or he's sad. And then he's going to leave and go to the military. And I have lost all of that control. All of it. And as I broke it down, I realized that because I was losing control, I just didn't want him to go. So do you see where I'm going with that? I hope that this kind of method helps you. I know it helps my clients when we're talking about things. I know it helps other parents when I've talked to them about it. And I know when I talked to this young man and he actually sat down with his parents, we did a Google meeting the other day with his parents and himself, his mom, and not so much his dad, but his mom is a little bit more open to listening to him because she actually practiced what I told her, doing the 5 whys, and she can see where she's losing control, and that scares the shit out of her, okay? And it scares all of us, believe me. I know it does, because it scared the crap out of me, and I signed my son's papers. So that's why I'm using that example. But I think we need to put ourselves over here. We need to dig deep into why we don't want them to go. We just can't tell our kid, I'm against it, and you're not going. We can't do that because our kids deserve every right in the world to live their life the way they choose to do it. And being in the military is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. We've raised strong kids. We've raised kids with values and morals and unselfish children that want to serve our country and serve our, the people that they love the most. We've raised our own heroes. So I totally encourage you, if you are stuck with a problem, or your sons and daughters have come to you and want to join the Marines or the military and you're really struggling with it, sit down and go over the 5 why method. I'm going to put all my notes that I wrote about this in my link tree for you, so you can go over them and listen to them and look at them again and understand the 5 why method. And I'm going to link them into... Okay, so I'm going to link them underneath the Google Meets link that we have for our virtual parent meetup, and so you guys can access them at any time that you want to. If you guys have any questions about the 5 why method, please reach out to me. If you guys need help talking to your parents, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help facilitate that and be a mediator for you. If you're a parent that's struggling with this, please reach out, because I promise you, being a Marine mom is one of the greatest joys of my life, aside from being a mom to my 3 kids. The pride that I have in all 3 of my children is amazing, and the pride I have with him in that uniform and what he does every single day is the joy of my life. I mean, my kids are the joy of my life. So reach out if you have any questions or need help with that. All right? I hope this helps. Have a great day.